All right, so this one was March 1st, 2023. Listen, Paul Cheryl wants to bring lynching back in 2023. Cancel this motherfucker like Nino. And guess what? He ain't the only one. There's a whole lot more. Like I told y'all, they passed the Jim Crow law in certain cities. Wake up.
Representative Powers for bringing this. I think it's a very good idea. And I was just wondering about, could I put an amendment on that? It would include hanging by a tree also.
You hear this motherfucker?
And also, I would like to sign on to your bill, sir. Thank you. Leader Cheryl.
Yo, everybody was silent. Listen.
Thank you, Chairman. And thank you, Representative Powers, for bringing this. I think it's a very good idea. And I was just wondering about, could I put an amendment on that? It would include hanging by a tree also. And also, I would like to sign on to your bill, sir. Thank you.
These the motherfuckers that get automatically elected because people don't go and vote when it's time. Y'all don't. Every 2 years? No. Y'all want to go vote every 4 years. Y'all want to make sure that a certain person becomes your puppet master. Hey, listen, if you get offended by what I'm saying, hey, the door's right there. Because that's just my opinion. And just like an asshole, everyone has one.
The chromosomes are a pretty good indication.
I don't think you have to be biologically female to identify.
Then you are wrong, because then I can identify as a...
Yo, I reacted to this back in 2023, yes. And I think the word, Nate the Great, Riaz, and Angel Hatton came up and spoke to a shorty. The war on women. Do y'all believe that we're in 2024 now, right? I reacted on this back in 2023. Do y'all believe that there's still a war on women now? Listen to what they're saying. It's a 7-minute. This is a 7-minute video, so I am going to make sure that this is my last video, and I'm gonna get off this John. So shout out to everybody once again.
The fox.
Yeah.
But again, it's a kind of absurd point.
How many? Well, let me ask you this. Angelica. How many genders are there?
2.
There are 2 genders.
Oh.
Wow. So you don't believe in transgenders at all?
Well, I think there are.
Whoa, hang on. Whoa. There are 2 genders.
Well,
yeah, there's only 2 genders.
When you say well, you've literally just launched this huge defense of.
In reality, there's only 2 genders, male and female. In reality, you could pretend to be whatever you want, but there's only 2 genders. And then you got the hermaphrodites, the one that got the 2 genders mixed together. But at the end of the day, right, in this world, you got the men with the penises, right? The women with the vaginas, right? And when a man has sex with a woman, that's how they have kids, right? Boom, that's how the baby is made, right? Boom. Now, a man cannot sit here and have sex with another man in order to create a baby. A woman cannot sit here and have sex with another woman in order to create a baby, right? Now, the only way that a man can have a baby is, right, if once in their life they was a woman, right? They sat here, they changed their sex, and they turned into a man, but their organs are still female, right? It's like a hermaphrodite, right? Right? A man can sit here, right? He could have both sexes or a woman, right? And they could change whatever they want their genitals to be, male or female, right? But if their organs inside don't match what they have outside, it's like, for example, they could have both sexes, right? But their organs could be all female. But they chose to just keep the penis in the balls, right? But inside, it's all female organs. So if one day they decided to chop off the penis, right? But they was identifying as a man at one point, but their organs were female, right? They chop off the penis now, right? And get a vagina. Oh, I was a man, I had a baby. No. Be real. You was a hermaphrodite. You had 2 sexes, right? But your organs, right, inside were female. So you was able to chop off the penis, keep the vagina, right? It says you have female organs this is how you was able to give birth. See, my thing is, I wish people was real with things, not bullshit, play around and lie about shit. A man is a man and a woman is a woman. And if I offend you, hey, look, listen, those wasn't my intentions.
Transgenderism. Now you've eradicated it.
I think
If there are two genders, you mean male and female, right?
there's gender fluidity. I will
Fluid between what?
Between what?
between different identities, and we can choose different
You
identities.
see how difficult this is, though?
It's difficult, but I think making.
But it's not difficult until you make it difficult. You see, the BBC has done teaching videos to 11 and 12-year-olds where they say there are 100 genders. One of them was astrogender, which is an affinity with the stars and the galaxy. My response to that on the last show I did was to say, well, in that case, I identify as a two-spirit penguin. I was then told I was being ridiculous, but I made the same point. The ridiculousness is the BBC teaching kids there are 100 genders. There aren't. It is absurd. Bring back Tommy Lehran, who I imagine is hyperventilating over there in America. Tommy, I mean, look, I don't see why, if it's limitless, I can't just say, I'm Piers Morgan, I'm a black lesbian, because that is where limitless self-identity takes us. It means that male rapists can say they're women and get into female prisons. It means I can say I'm a two-spirit penguin or a black lesbian, and why can't I? Because that is where it takes you.
Well, it certainly does, and I think you just had the perfect argument there. It's impossible to...
And that's what happened. Do y'all remember the case with the male that identified as woman, right? As a woman, and they put him in the female prison, and he ended up impregnating 2 females in that prison, but he identified as a woman, right? But he was a woman. How did he get a female pregnant? Unless he was a hermaphrodite, he had, the vagina and a dick, or he just took out the vagina and he had male organs and kept the dick, right? No, but I don't think so. Then he would be a male. Why is he in the female prison? He was identifying as a fucking woman. Shit, in that case, let me identify as a fucking kangaroo and go out there and just start boxing people and say, oh, no, I did it because I identify as a kangaroo. But I have no kangaroo parts on me. I'm sure as hell I am a female, right? I go out there trying to box motherfuckers and say, well, I'm a kangaroo. What? Like, the fuck? Oh, wait. Let me make it better. Let me, glue a pouch into my stomach and carry my little Jimmy with me. Like, what the fuck? Let's make it make sense, yo. It's like the lady that said that her kid identifies as a damn cat, and he was a trans species person. I'm sitting here like, yo, a transgender and trans species are 2 different things. But hey, I guess people on this joint just saying things that they don't know about.
To define, and it's impossible to stand up for because it's a mockery of what actual people are. And furthermore, going back to children, when this happens at a young age, when you start trying to convince kids that they don't know what gender they are, or they're born in the wrong body at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, that's child abuse. All right. Gender affirming care, wherein you only tell somebody they can be whatever they want to be, regardless of their biology at a young age, that is child abuse. It's happening in the...
Well, apparently to Biden in 2023 and 2024, it wasn't considered child abuse. He even passed a law, the non-binary law. Now, he took away Easter, right? And said Easter is now non-binary day. Y'all remember that? That's what Biden said. Now, you got Kamala Harris, right? And trying to run for president, right? She might win. Hey, but she's saying she wants to keep going, right, on what Biden has already put out there. She don't want to change it. She wants to better it. Oh my God, how do you better this shit, man? How do we better this? How do we better what Biden did? She don't want to change it. She wants to better it. Now, people celebrated Easter, right? It was supposed to be what? A Christian holiday? What? Some type of holiday, right? That, it talked about God and spoke, listen, man. I can go about this so many ways, but when we, I don't want to say something wrong that might offend somebody, but y'all know what Easter was about. It's allegedly no more Easter's going to be called non-binary. If y'all believe me, go look it up. He did that. He wanted that to be passed. I don't know why.
UK, it's happening in the US, and this is making room for groomers to groom young
How?
people, to confuse the heck out of them, make them not know what they are so that they can take advantage and exploit them. Now, I want to be very clear here. This is not the mainstream LGBTQ movement. There are a lot of conservatives that even support that movement. This is a radical agenda made by groomers, and they don't want you to call them groomers, which is a perfect example of why they are groomers. This is what we're doing, is to confuse young people, to confuse all people, to make them dumber, make them confused as to what they are. It's a mockery of women's rights. It's a mockery of human rights, and we should no longer be having
and
the
you
discussion.
end up with scandals like the Tavistock Clinic here in London, in the UK, where they were basically mutilating children, young, kids, teenagers,
Pay attention.
mutilating their bodies irrevocably. And then it turned out, after it closed, after a scandalous report came out, that 97% of all the patients had other conditions, from autism to depression to other issues, which may have been affecting their ability to think straight about what they wanted to be. And that was, to me, as a father of 4 kids, utterly horrific, just horrific. This was going on, and anyone who tried to raise concerns about this, and journalists did, were immediately branded transphobic. And Esther, this comes back to what we see with, people like J.K. Rowling, I'm no friend of J.K. Rowling. She can't stand me. I don't like her, right? It's like fire and water. But
and I ain't scared to speak up. You got me fucked up. Call me whatever you want to call me.
I've just heard her go, I want to support and protect women's rights. For that, she's been unbelievably hounded, abused, attempts to cancel, which fortunately have backfired. But it's all wrong, this, isn't it?
The thing is, and one of the shocking things that she's been attacked for is for drawing attention to domestic violence and violence against women. And that's actually the biggest point here, other than the fact that
in this world of blame and shame, we point fingers, we play the game. But as our children cry in fear, we turn the blind eye, we shed no tears. Believe our women, they say, while our kids are led astray, lost in darkness, lost in pain, yet their cries fall silent like the rain. It's a shame how far we've come, blaming all the men playing dumb, but our children need us near to wipe their tears and calm their fears. In this land of the free, water's a commodity for you and me. Can't you see? It's not fair, it's plain to see. People struggling to pay for something they need every day. In America where we say we're free, but water shouldn't come at a fee. A shorty just speaking in general about the things that seem so small. This ain't meant towards everyone, just a cry in the dark. In America where water is marked. Brothers and sisters, hear my plea. This is not about you or me. Our kids are the future, they hold the key. Wake up before we're met with defeat. In this world of chaos and strife, we must guide them to a better life. Teach them love, compassion, and light, so they can lead us out of this endless night. Let's unite as one strong force. For our children, let's stay on course. Together we can make a change and secure a better future in exchange. Y'all should have listened the first time they let the cat out the hat. Now it's a crime. Many are falling into a trap, thinking it's a game, but they full of cap. Some are ready and fully strapped, while others keep falling into the gap. The warning signs were clear as day, but some chose not to heed what they say. Now the consequences come to light. Those who ignored are in for a fight. Listen close and learn from this mishap. Don't be caught unaware, don't fall into the trap. From the wisdom of my elders, I learned women are strong, independent, and firm. But sometimes we need a helping hand to conquer challenges and make a stand. Independence is crucial, that's true. Yet together, with a man, we can pursue. Respect yourself first and foremost, so others will treat you like the most. Ladies, growing up, remember this advice. You're capable of anything you devise. But partnership and respect go hand in hand. Embrace your strength and make a stand. Memories of the past I couldn't see, now I understand. The wisdom they gave me, respect yourself first, that's the key. To earn respect from others is how it should be. A man's worth measured by how he treats his queen. Love and romance in the air, a beautiful scene. A woman's power to uplift or demean. In her hands lies a man's dream. Lessons learned from an OG so true. In matters of the heart, they know what to do. Love and respect intertwined like glue. In a world where old-fashioned values still ring through. Peter Pan, Peter Pan. Peter Pan was a fairy tale. Now males want to be females without fail. Women want to be a man. It's a twisted tale. Flipping scripts and roles, they set sail. Fighting for roles, turning to moles. Making hits with their agenda goals. Targeting our kids, it takes a toll. To them it's a bliss, to us it's a black hole. They ain't trying to miss. Their agenda is the ultimate twist. Infiltrating young minds with their list. But we won't let them persist. I'm with women's rights, but what about men's too? Equality for all, it's long overdue. We want progress, we need to see both sides. Blame and shame won't help us unite. Don't label him a deadbeat without looking in the mirror. Sometimes it takes two to create rupture. Let's have conversations that include everyone. Empathy and understanding, the battles can be won. Men face struggles too, let's not forget. Their mental health matters, let's not neglect. It's time to break down walls and build bridges instead. Together we can strive for equality.
Apologize. I had to, take a call. But yo, listen, man, this should be getting deep. Do y'all believe that there's still war on women right now?
Isn't it?
But the thing is, and one of the shocking things that she's been attacked for is for drawing attention to domestic violence and violence against women. And that's actually the biggest point here. Other than the fact that, that male rapist was allowed to go into a female prison in Scotland, there's a genuine danger around allowing men into women's spaces like women's shelters and
Right.
that, and they can be there just by identifying as a woman and then identifying as a tree the next day. It's
Right. So,
genuinely
Angelica, do you understand that part of the argument?
I understand that kind of the argument, but I mean, like Tommy said, I don't think this is confusing for children. I think it's giving you freedom of expression and freedom of choice.
But how many
which I think
girls
is
did you
important.
know? Like my wife was a bit of a tomboy when she was young, right? How many kids do you know?
She said this is not confusing children. It's listen, man. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Young girls in particular who are tomboys. But if the wrong person gets hold of them and persuades them, actually, what you should start doing is mutilating your body and have a full attempt to become a boy. That's not what most tomboys end up wanting. They end up actually going through puberty, getting older, and then that's it. They become women. Right? But if you get hold of the
I'm tired of people thinking that a tomboy is a dyke. A tomboy, right? A lot of girls dress as tomboys because it's comfortable, right? Tomboys aren't gay. It's just that a lot of girls are into sports, into rougher stuff. And, we prefer to dress comfortable. A lot of us girls, have a past that, which, like we don't want to dress girly. I'm a survivor, right? I'm a surviving warrior, right? And because of my past, I don't feel dressing all the like girly to me is not my thing. I prefer to dress comfortable, baggy pants, something that that I can move around, still play with my kids, like, and my body doesn't show. Do I dress girly? Hell yeah. When I have to, when I feel like it. Not when somebody else wants me to. I feel as though me personally, I don't gotta show my body off all the time. It is not because of what I went through in my past, because trust me, I went through a lot of therapy to understand, especially the way I used to think and why, certain things happen, blah, blah, blah. Listen, nah, it's just that to me personally, I'm more comfortable not showing off my body. I like it like that. And I'm what you consider a tomboy. Tomboys are not gay. There's a difference between tomboys and dykes and lesbians. A big difference. Tomboys are not lesbians. They're not dykes. They're just into sports. They're just girls that are into sports, are a little more rougher, and prefer to dress comfortably and don't like showing their bodies. So when Aaliyah dressed like a tomboy, that made her a lesbian, that made her a dyke. Man, get y'all shit together.
these impressionable young minds too early when they're just clowning around being tomboys. That's the danger to me.
I don't think the messaging is as extreme as you. As
I don't
you
agree
think
with
it is,
him on
and
that
I think
part.
we
Tavistock Clinic was pretty extreme.
I think we whip ourselves into a frenzy thinking these things, and this language that you mentioned at the start of the show, I don't think you hear that language used that often in like everyday speech.
Which language?
And I think what you were saying.
Oh no, these are on NHS websites. No, this is where you're wrong. This is actually NHS websites in many cases. They genuinely call women chest feeders, birthing partners. They dare not say anything gender specific to women in case some trans people don't like it. To which I say, where are the rights of women to be called what they want to be called? Why does all language have to be degendered for a tiny minority of people?
I think the problem is there's so much fear around having these kind of conversations and saying the wrong thing, getting it wrong. That means that people can't have conversations that feel kind of progressive about what is gender identity, what does the future look like, how do we create a compassionate space. So I think to your question at the start, like what is women and why politicians wouldn't answer it, they're so scared of getting it wrong. And
well,
I think
people are scared because the mob come for them.
Exactly.
And the mob needs to just go away and shut up. Anyway, I think scrap International Women's Day until we can all agree what a woman is.
No, I'm sorry. I think there's so many benefits to having International Women's Day. It'd be a real shame to do that.
Well, if you had your way, everyone would celebrate it by identifying as a woman, even if they weren't.
Well, being a woman.
Happy International Women's Day. I am a woman. It's a farce. Anyway, Angelica, lovely to see you. Thank you very much. Esther, going to see you a bit later on. Tommy, always good to have you.
Okay. This shit is crazy, yo. Let us know what y'all think about that topic, yo. Do y'all believe that there is still a war amongst women? I mean, I think there is. But hey, what can we do when a lot of these women right here are starting a war amongst themselves? As women, we need to get, and I'm not speaking on everybody, I'm just speaking on general. Like, a lot of women need to get their priorities and their morals on check. But on that note, yo, like I said, I want to thank everybody, for showing the shorty support, for rocking out. Y'all didn't have to be here today, but y'all chose to be here with a shorty and rocked out this long with a shorty, yo. For those of y'all that have been throughout the whole live, like, thanks for sharing the videos. Thanks for helping me bring awareness and much more, y'all. I'm getting off this, John. Let a shorty know what y'all think about the videos that she showed y'all.